Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne's Stampin' Up. Welcome to another card making day here in Simcoe, Ontario, where I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you live in Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, you can shop with me. You can reach me at stampsandtea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsandtea.stampinup.net. The suite we're going to use today is the Stippled Roses suite. Stippled Roses bundle. The bundle means it's stamps and dies, and if you purchase the stamps and dies together, you save 10% on the price. So instead of paying $82, you only pay $73.75. This bundle is in the January to April mini catalogue, and if you purchase this for the $73.75, you could then pick a free item from the Celebration catalogue, and there's a beautiful package of paper in the Celebration catalogue which coordinates beautifully with this stamp set. It's called Softly Stippled. That would be free. That's a free item if you purchase $60 worth of merchandise, or you purchase this Stippled Roses bundle. We're going to use a piece of paper from this suite today, and it's the Pool Party suite, Pool Party paper. It's a lovely paper. It's quite pale and quite light, and it just has little white flowers stamped on it. The other papers are all beautiful as well. You've got all sorts of different colours in here. Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon, Pebbled Path, Pool Party and Wild Wheat. Beautiful papers in that bundle. This is the piece we're going to use today. So we've got some basic supplies there, but I'll show you the parts we're going to use. This itself is the bundle, the Stippled Roses stamp set and Stippled Roses dies. You get extra dies in here that you don't have stamps for. You've got some beautiful leaves, flowers, little sprigs of leaves, nice. But you also get dies to cut out the large flowers, the leaves and the small rose. We're also going to use a stamp from the Thoughtful Expressions, the You're in My Thoughts. That's another stamp set that's in the catalogue. And we're going to use this older embossing folder. It's called Exposed Brick, and it just gives a lovely sort of a brick pattern. Looks kind of like a garden wall. So we're going to use that today as well. We've got some basic cardstocks going on here, of course. We've got Pool Party 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. We've got a couple of pieces to go on the front of the card, if I can find them. There we are. We've got a piece of the Pool Party Designer Series paper that's 2 inches by 5 1/4. And we've got a piece of basic white which is 2 inches by 5 1/4. They're going on the front. You got an insert which is 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to stamp on that. That's for the inside. And we've got some scraps to stamp sentiments on, stamp leaves on, anything else we need to stamp. We've also got the hexagon punch which we're going to use today. Really versatile punch. Easy enough to make it into a smaller size if you want to, if that's what you need for your project. Really easy to do that. So let's put that out of the way. What else have we got? We're ready to start making this card. So let me bring in my foam mat here, and I've got my silicone mat there. We'll pop that out of the way. We're going to do some stamping first. We're going to stamp on the insert for the card. We're going to stamp on some leaves on this scrap, and we're going to stamp a sentiment, I think, and I think that's all we need. Let me see, we don't want leaves on there, we want leaves on there, on a bigger piece, a longer piece. The main focal point of the card today is going to be this stamp here, the leaves, not the big beautiful roses or the little rose, but just the leaves. We're going to make a card using not the main parts of the stamp set. And we have some Pool Party ink here. I'm just going to move this off to the side for a second. So we're going to do some stamping. I've got my cloth ready to wipe my stamps. I think I'm good. We've also got an envelope that we're going to stamp on as well. Alright, so this is the main focal point of the card, this leaf stamp. So let's get it nicely inked up. That's very juicy. Okay, and we're just going to stamp this on this piece of card because we're going to cut it out using the dies. Oh, that's lovely. Alright. I'm going to put this same stamp on the inside of the card just for a little bit of decoration. There, and I'm going to put it around the top corner of the card. The stamp itself is sort of rounded, so I'm going to put it up there just like that for a little bit of decoration. Now, let's have a look. What else have we got? We have a scrap of card for the sentiment. I think we'll use this piece, and the sentiment says, "You're in my thoughts today." And I'm going to stamp it up a little bit higher on the card because I'm going to punch it out using the hexagon punch. There, nicely. And we've got a rose. We're going to use the small rose and we're going to stamp that on the corner of the envelope. Just popping it in the bottom corner of the envelope just for a little bit of decoration there. Alright, so put the stamps out of the way. Let's have a look. We've stamped the envelope, the inside, this and this, and I think we're good to go. Let's close this up. Now, okay, we have to do some cutting out now, so we're gonna need that. We need some dies going on here. So these are the dies that came with the suite, and they all have a little stippled effect to them. It just means it's putting little holes in the leaves. We're going to take this one and we're going to put that on a piece of green, greenish pool party. We're going to punch that out. We're going to take this, and that would be this leaf. Now I'm going to have to tape this one down. Line it up as best I can. Try and hold it. And I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of washi tape on there, just to hold it in place while I take it over to the big shot. Let me see. You know, I've got another piece of card here. I can get this leaf out of the top of this piece of card. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch my sentiment out so that I know how much I've got, how much card I have left to use. Just like that. Now, if I wanted this sentiment to be a little bit smaller, I could push my card up to there, and then when I put the other side of the card in, there, like that, and I've got that piece left to get the leaves out of, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape a scrap of card, just any scrap of card. I'm going to make a tail. Don't do that up there. Right. Now I've just put a little bit of adhesive on my scrap of card, and I'm going to put this just on the back of here like this, just to give me something to hold it with. I'm then going to put this piece back into my punch, move it up so that it's straight, and let me see, can I get it? There we go. So that it's nice and straight. And I'm going to punch it. So there I've made, peel the tail of the back. There I've made a much smaller piece than the original piece. This is the full size that the punch punches out. This is how to make it just a little bit smaller if it's too big for your card. So it really is a good punch to have. We'll put that out of the way so we don't get confused. We'll keep that there. Now I'm off to the big shot to cut these pieces out. I am also going to take this piece for the front of the card, which is 2 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to put it into this exposed brick embossing folder, and it's just going to put a bit of texture on the front of the card. Just slide it in there like that. Anyway it doesn't matter, but it would be nice to have it kind of straight because you're looking at bricks. So then I'm going to take all these pieces over to the big shot, and I will be right back in just a minute. Alright, so here we are back. Now the reason I walk away and go to the big shot is because the big shot really makes my camera shake, and it is annoying to some people, and I appreciate the feedback, people saying, oh, I don't like it when you do that. It just, I don't know whether it hurts the eyes or what it is, but it's always good to have feedback. And this one, let's see, we need a pokey tool. Boy, this one's really hanging on. There it goes. We've got that, got the big green leaf, and we've got, oops, this one, which is quite fine there. And we'll just give this a little poke on the back. When you have these dies, you always get some little holes punched in the dies, so that if the piece you've cut out doesn't come out right away, you can just use the point on your pokey tool, on your pick tool there, and it pokes them out enough that you could then peel it gently off the die itself. There it is. Let's put the plate out of the way. So these are the pieces we've punched out, and this is the embossed piece. Right. So we've got some little pieces that didn't punch out of here, but you just poke them with your pokey tool and they should pop right out. And that's just a part of the design. If you don't want it to come out, you can leave it in there, but I like it to come out. Right, let me get rid of them. So these are the parts that are going to make up the card. There. They're all going on the front of the card along with this. These pieces are going to go side by side. Right. So let's put that out of the way and bring in the silicone mat. So we're ready to start putting this card together. Let's have a look. We've got the card front, we've got the inside there. So we'll start with the front. Give it a nice crease. Let's get another little burnish. I don't know if I burnished it or not. There it goes. Nice little burnish. These two pieces are going to go on the front like this, so I have to be careful where I put them because I want the border all the way around to be even. So I'm going to lie this one down. Yeah, leave that sitting there. Take this piece, some liquid adhesive, I'm going to hold this piece and I'm going to line this piece up next to it. Just pulling it in just a little bit. There, I think we're going to leave it right there. So that piece is going there. Then this piece, do the same thing. And this is one of those folders, you can use it either right side up or wrong side up. It's up to you. This piece is going to get butted up right next to this piece. But I should have a fairly even border all the way around the outside. Push them together. Oops, not too hard. Push them together. There. So that's a good start for the front of the card. Right. So now we've got some leaves to go on the front of the card. These leaves. And I'm going to glue these leaves to the back of this one. So these, I'm just going to sort of lay that down. This is going to tuck in up here somewhere. I'd like it to sort of tuck out of both sides if I could, so I might just turn it that way so you can see a little bit of it on the white and some on the green. So I'm going to pick this up, turn it over, see where my leaves are, move it up just a tad, and I'm just going to put some white, some liquid glue on here just to grab that and hold it. There, I think I took that little leaf behind. Oops, behind. It's not going to go behind. There. And then I've got this white leaf. This is a different shape. See, with the cut out pieces. I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to figure out where I want it to go. I think it's going to go just about there, like that. Yeah, so I'll pick this up, hold it in place again, turn this over, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue under here and here. If I can get it. Dab there. And you just need to hold it for a second or two till it gets a grip. So that's going to go on the front of the card like that. So then we're going to figure out where this is going to go, and it's going to sit something like that in the middle of the card. So we can pick this up and turn it over, and we can just put dabs of liquid adhesive. Don't want too much because we don't want it squirting out at the side. Just want it to get a good grip, is all. Put a little bit there. Right. You got to leave a little spot to be able to hold it. And I am just going to lie this down right about there, I think. And it doesn't matter if every piece is not glued right down. There should be enough glue here and there to hold the piece because it was sort of glued together to begin with. So now we've got a sentiment which we're going to pop on some dimensionals. A piece there, a piece there. These are just the edges of the dimensionals, but you never throw those away. Dimensionals are good, not just as the hexagon shape, but you know, all the way around. And I'm going to put this here like this, just about there. Right, I'm going to glue this on the inside. This is the insert. There. I'm just going to turn that piece down and give everything a good press. Right, now I'm going to make a little bow. I've got some, let me just put the lid on that. A little bow. I've got some Pool Party sheer ribbon here. This is not new ribbon, but it's just a nice light and airy ribbon that I thought would make a nice bow. And I'm not really going to make a bow, I'm just going to tie it sort of into a bow using some silver silver thread really is what it is. So I'm taking this ribbon and I'm just going to wrap it around my fingers a couple of times like that. Cut it off. So now I've sort of got a circle of, let go, a circle of ribbon. Let me just pull that back around. Now you can adjust this till you get it where you want. What I mean by that is you want both your tails to be at the front. Well, you see this tail's off to the side, so I need to wrap this around, pull this a little bit snugger if you want, for want of a better expression, and make sure it's all sort of sitting about the same size, like that. So it just sits like that, it looks like that. Then I'm going to take a piece of this silver thread, and it's about, I don't know, maybe 10 inches. I'm just going to tie them in a knot. Just a plain basic knot. Nothing fancy, because you don't even see it. Get that through there, come on. There. And once you've got the first knot tied, you know, you're going to pull it up really tight. Just tying it in a knot, and you're going to trim your threads so that it just holds your bow in place. There, like that. And then we're just going to take this and put it on a glue dot. There. Oh, what I wanted to do, what I should have done first, I got it peeled off my fingers. I'm going to take the end of the ribbon and fold it in half over on itself, and I'm going to cut this on the diagonal just because this ribbon frays very easily. So that puts a nice little arrow shape on the end of your ribbon. Okay, we'll do the same with the other side. Fold it in half, snip on the diagonal, and it puts the little arrow shape on the end of your ribbon, just like that. And then we're just going to pop this on, sort of on the bottom of the label, like right on the bottom corner of the label, or right up against the label. Let's have a look. I think right up against the label, so that it sort of looks like it's holding the leaves in place. Then I've got some, what are these called? Fine Sparkle Gems. Again, not new, they were just in my box. And I'm just going to put 2 or 3 of these. These are adhesive back gems, but they're pool party and they match nicely. Oops, right on there. They match nicely with the card. How about one there? Maybe one there? Yes, there. So there it is, our card for today. There it is, today's card. All done in pool party, kind of monochrome, all pool party and white. That's it for today, people. Thanks for watching. And if you sell your cards, please put the Stampin' Up angel stamp on, which just says all the supplies used are Stampin' Up supplies. Credit where credit's due. Say where you saw the card made. And thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great week. See you next week.